Chapter 4, Jnana Karma Sannyasa Yoga, the yoga of knowledge and renunciation of action through wisdom. In Chapter 4, Lord Krishna deepens Arjuna's understanding by revealing the divine origin of the Gita's teachings, the importance of selfless action, and the power of spiritual knowledge, Jnana, in liberating the soul. This chapter consists of 42 verses and acts as a bridge between the earlier discussions on action, karma yoga, and the path of knowledge. The chapter begins with Krishna stating that he originally imparted this eternal knowledge of yoga to Vivasvan, the sun god, who passed it to Manu, and then to Ikshvaku, beginning a lineage of enlightened kings and sages. Over time, this knowledge was lost, and now Krishna is reviving it by revealing it to Arjuna, who is seen as a worthy recipient due to his devotion and friendship. This declaration shocks Arjuna, prompting him to ask how Krishna, born in recent times, could have taught the sun god who existed ages ago. This opens the way for a profound revelation. Krishna's divine incarnation, Avatara. Krishna explains that though his body appears to take birth, he is beyond birth and death, eternal, unborn, and changeless. He incarnates out of his own divine will whenever dharma, righteousness, declines, and adharma, unrighteousness, rises, to protect the virtuous, destroy evil, and restore balance in the world. This is the first clear mention of Krishna's avatar principle, God descending in human form to guide humanity. It highlights the compassionate nature of divinity and its active involvement in the world. The power of action with knowledge. Krishna explains that actions performed without attachment, in alignment with dharma and guided by wisdom, do not bind the soul. This is in contrast to actions performed with desire or ego. Those who understand the true nature of action and inaction, who act with detachment and selflessness, are considered truly wise. This leads to one of the most subtle and profound teachings of the Gita. He who sees inaction in action and action in inaction is wise among men. 4.8. It points to the paradoxical truth that even when engaged in intense activity, a person can remain inwardly still and detached, while someone appearing inactive may still be driven by inner desires and mental agitation. The role of sacrifice, yajna. Krishna introduces the idea of various forms of yajnas, not just ritualistic fire sacrifices, but also intellectual, sensory, breath, austerity, and knowledge-based sacrifices. All of these aim to purify the mind and elevate consciousness. However, the highest sacrifice, he says, is the sacrifice of knowledge, where the ego and ignorance are offered up, and the self is illumined by the light of truth. Better than material sacrifice is the sacrifice of knowledge, for all actions culminate in knowledge. 4.33. This reinforces the idea that spiritual understanding is key to liberation, more than mere mechanical performance of rituals or duties. The role of the guru and the path to wisdom. Krishna emphasizes the necessity of approaching a guru, spiritual teacher, with humility, service, and inquiry. The guru, established in truth, helps dispel ignorance and reveal the self. He assures Arjuna that once a person attains true knowledge, he no longer doubts, even in the face of life's challenges. His karma no longer binds him. Just as a blazing fire reduces wood to ashes, O Arjuna, so does the fire of knowledge burn all karma to ashes. The person who is steadfast, devoted, and self-controlled attains knowledge, and with it, supreme peace. Arjuna is urged to rise with clarity. The chapter concludes with Krishna encouraging Arjuna to rise with faith and clarity, to cut through the doubt that clouds the heart with the sword of knowledge, and to stand up for his dharma with renewed insight. 1. Divine origin of the Gita's wisdom. Krishna reveals that the teachings of the Gita are timeless and eternal, handed down through divine channels. He appears not merely as a teacher, but as God himself, the source of all dharma. 2. Incarnation and divine intervention. Krishna's role as an avatar illustrates how the divine manifests to uplift humanity, reaffirming the spiritual law that God never abandons creation in times of crisis. 3. Knowledge is liberation. Knowledge is seen as the highest purifier. Right understanding transforms karma into a path to liberation, rather than bondage. 4. Action with detachment. Acting in the world without attachment to the results leads to freedom. The wise live with a sense of inner detachment and presence, making no karmic entanglements. 5. Guru and grace. The importance of a teacher who can impart knowledge and dissolve doubts is emphasized. One must approach such a guide with humility, respect, and the desire to learn. Conclusion. Chapter 4 of the Bhagavad Gita deepens the philosophical foundation laid earlier. It merges action, karma yoga, with wisdom, jnana yoga, showing how enlightened action, free from ego and desire, leads to spiritual liberation. It sets the stage for further exploration of disciplined action and inner renunciation, which continues into Chapter 5.